Yeah, I know. You read the title and you were like, what are you doing, Jay?" Okay, let me just tell you. Anybody that has known me for a long time knows my addiction to things, whether that is vapes, whether that's high-end cars or high-end ish. I don't want to make it sound like I'm out here buying Lamborghinis and Bugattis, but anybody that knows me and has been a subscriber to this channel, or if you're new to this channel, I just want to point this out. I have this problem where if I buy one thing, I'm going to buy a bunch of them, and that's exactly why we're here today. Now, I'm just going to preface this that I purchased all of these. I actually purchased all of these too, and I'm going to go somewhere with this. So I have a closet that is packed of long USBs, USB-Cs, USB-A to Cs, USB-A to A, USB-A to B. I have this thing for power banks, and I don't know what it is. I just absolutely love them. And no, I purchased this as well. However, Shark Geek did send me this sweet number, which I'm going to be doing a review soon. And anybody remembers when I bought the original Shark Geek? I don't know. They just never reached out to me, and then they were like, "Hey, man, we saw you did it." But I digress. So let me tell you why I bought these, aside from just all those cables. Or how many times have you bought cables and they're kind of hanging off the back of your monitor or hanging off your computer? What really turned me onto these is I had an old wire that was a USB-A to micro USB. And, usually you're not going to have anything that goes micro USB to A, but when you have something that's A to C, like this guy, you can, let's just say you have something that charges with an A, and you can have a C connection. But I bought a lot of these. When I tell you I bought a lot, I spent about $400 on these. Just swap these out throughout my whole house, all my power banks. I leave them attached like this, and then you just lay around my house. Literally every single computer in this house, every MacBook either had USB A to C or C to C. So the other day I was doing a test on, I had this little load tester. Let me pull this out and show you. I had this load tester, and I'm doing a load test, and I was shocked to find out a lot of these, I got some on AliExpress, I got a lot on Amazon, they list them as being 60 watt or 100 watt. Now, I'm not able to get those speeds, but what I want to show you is the reason why I bought this over more of these, and I'm just more irritated that I have an ass load of these with nowhere for them to go. I'm going to show you the speed comparison, and we're going to compare the Cellet, and this is the Cable Matters one. Just goes to show I recently bought another set of two because I loved them until I started charging things, and I was like, oh, well, that's not good. So, just going to show you this, and we're going to use this guy. And no, nothing was sponsored here. Again, I can't reiterate that enough. Inside of the package, there is a link in the description, so if you do decide on picking one, it might even pop up in the video that you do use the link because, well, I'll get money for it being a referral. 5%. It's nothing too crazy. You just get a bunch of... Honestly, the paperwork does not matter. I got it in white, apparently. I think I got it in white and black. 140 watt adapter. So you'll see that is in fact going up to its standard at 57. So it's close enough to the 60, assuming that this can take 100 watts in. It probably cannot. I do apologize for that being out of frame a little bit there. Nice. Look at that. We're 90 watts in, so that's pretty accurate. If you're going to buy these, do not buy any of these USB jams from AliExpress. And I'm going to tell you, I spent, not crazy, about $5, $4 for one. And I said, oh, that'll be a killer deal. I think it was this one, or I've got a clear version. And they label as 30 watts, 60 watts. Now, there is no real way for me to show you it from the 140 watt block, how much this can output, just because, well, that's USB-A, and all of these have USB-C in all of the power banks that I have. But I can tell you that no matter what I plug this in, it's not going to be the best example, but you're going to kind of get an idea of what this can actually output just by doing this. So if we go like this, okay, and let's just see, make sure on this Basius blade here, never a good idea to do this, but we're going to do it just for testing purposes. Now this cable here is rated at 60 watts, the same one that this one is. You see that only has 20, right? So we're going to take this out. We're going to take this other one, USB-C to USB-C. here, and then we're going to plug that in. And you can see that actually goes to 55. It doesn't really get any higher than that, 55. And then if we do the bassiest one, and this is the one that's rated for 100, almost. That flicker is just because of the refresh rate of that. That's actually not flickering, but almost about 8 watts shy. So again, you can get the USB-C to the USB-C, the one that comes with the two, for $16, or you could get the bassiest ones that are 16. And honestly, what are you paying for? The quality of this, I prefer the black one over the white one just because I think the black one is super sexy. That's the one that I have attached to the computer. You know, honestly, it's really going to come down to personal preference. Do you want to spend the $16 for these? Yes, I do. Or you could get the Cable Matter ones. Again, if you see anything that is off-brand, and make sure that if you get the Cable Matters, use the link in the description down below because I do get a cut out of that. If not, and you don't want to use the link, it's fine. I'd recommend this one over this, even though you get 2 of these. They only go to 60 versus this that does 100. And honestly, how much are you going to charge at 100 watts? Probably nothing. Because first off, it's going to be bad for battery. But again, going back to the link, if you use the link, that's going to lead you directly to the one where I got this from. You have to be careful that when you buy something on Amazon, I'm not going to insult your intelligence, just like I'm not going to tell you to like, comment, and subscribe, although that would help. Well, I don't even know if it helps. However, if it doesn't say Cable Matters or even Bassius underneath it, be careful where you buy it from, man. I mean, Amazon does verify a lot of the purchases, but some do slip through. Honestly, I think this is the best USB-C you could buy. And the length, well, finding them at their 10 feet, think about how long they're going to be. And you know what? You have something attached like this. You want it to be a little shorter. You just kind of tap. I'm into this whole retractable thing. You know, I really am. I have this. Let me show you this weird addiction I have. I'm so much into retractable things right now. I am buying everything that is retractable. 2 hoses for the side of my house and the back of my house because it just makes it clean and tidy. I just really, really love this design. And whether or not trying to get 60, 100 watts, I'd recommend this guy over this. However, if you don't want to spend 15 on just one and doing 100 watts, then you could get these that are adequate at 60. That is a real review.